The session is going to be back, and it's going to be also bicep. It's going to be a cool little session that we're working in between towards growth, toward getting to where you want to be in your own fitness journey. Let's go and get into it. Anytime I'm usually starting, man, it's always to work on the shoulder rotations, always to work on ability and be creative and finding ways to go about the process to where anything and everything that I do has intention behind it. And so if I'm going to be on a path towards building muscles and tooling up the physique that I currently have, everything is more so lined up in relation to what you do on a regular basis and how you focus on one, forensic injury. Secondly, finding ways to progressive overload in every way that you train. That way, every time that I approach a gym workout is the best way to ultimately get into where I need to be. That's it. Only 6. That's 5. Yeah. Meanwhile, man, at the end of the day, it's all about goal. It's all about constant awareness that you do on a regular basis. If not putting yourself into a position where you're going to be able to see constant growth all the way, I mean, it's going to be more difficult to find ways to actually creatively build muscle and do it in a way where it does not slow down the progress you put in every time you step foot into the gym. So just keep an open mind to that, man. When you're going to get to pull-ups, rest time or recovery, whichever you want to call it, it's normally like 3 minutes. It just requires a lot of exertion out of the entire engagement of my upper body. So it typically looks like that for recovery or rest time. So whenever it's more like isolation, like bicep curls or whether it's working on triceps, it's usually going to be about 60 to maybe 90 seconds in between. So rest time for me personally does vary depending on how much exertion I use on the muscle when I'm lifting it. So it may be different for you. Ideally, it's what I find is best towards long-term growth and finding a way that is more sustainable to me. My goal is where I want to be. So let's do it, man. So let's do it. It's 5 minutes. Dang.
Delta recovery time versus my actual workout time. I'm always looking at a simple thing. Depending upon how much effort I do in an exercise, how much am I going to really focus on? It's going to give me the maximum amount of effort towards my results. And that is what I look at the end of the day to determine what rest time really is for me, my body, my physique, and what my goals are to where I want to be. It's going to be different for everyone and not the same for anyone. So it's one thing that I look at internally that's going to maximize the amount of production that I get inside the gym without just wasting time once I'm outside of the gym doing whatever I'm doing towards my own weight loss goal. Or if your goal is with a muscle, and that's going to be it for that case.
This is going to be the last set that I have for pull-ups. Again, I recorded a set that camera wasn't on, so we're going to see if I can shoot for at least 6 and get it done. Okay, the last few were not as clean as I would have liked them to.
That's on. For the first, actually, so we got one more set left. Gonna call it the second set we got left for today, and then after that, we're going to the exercise to get it done. Rest times aren't generally too long since it's more isolation, and there's not really a lot of effort or exertion like the pull-ups require more. So at the end of the day, it's going to be more conducive towards a few sets, about 75 seconds recovery, and then back to the set and execute it. All right, so this is going to be the last working set I got left for bicep curls. But this time we're going to turn it around to work the forearms, like so. So what's the variation of bicep curls? So for the final bicep exercise that I have, it's going to be preacher curl because of the stability and range of motion that I get while working on the machine. So it's one of the things that I'm typically working on, especially if the goal long term is to really just create efficiency and find stability and development to where I want to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not bad. Yeah, man. So I'm more of an advocate of preacher curls because it gives me the stability I need to actually work and get things done. That's what you want to be for goals, building muscle long term indefinitely. This is the second and final step for the bicep curls, or preacher curls in this case. All right, that's gonna be it for the completion of today's back and bicep workout. Maybe a bit of like a 2 or 30-second cardio session to go and finish off to relax and cool down for a bit. That's gonna wrap it up. Let's get to it. So again, cardio is going to be the last thing I focus on for the day. Usually it's about at least 5-10 minutes max, but for the sake of the video, man, I'm only gonna do about a minute, maybe less. Just basic stretching out of the shoulder muscles and basic stretching out. We're giving the body a chance for it to properly cool down. That's one of the things that I typically and like focus on anytime I'm in the gym, right? It's not always about the routine, but it's more important about how you actually cool down. I think that has greater importance. That's where it matters most to me in any fitness endeavor. Weight loss, building muscle. That's just how I see it long term, man. And you should look at it the exact same way. If your goal is to build on muscle substantially without killing yourself or slowing down progress you crave for yourself in the long term.